collect my thoughts. Right, we should be live. Yeah, we're live. So yeah, no, at least you didn't, well, it might have been COVID, I don't know, but you already had it, didn't you? So yeah.
Yeah, it's just going around at the moment. Like at work as well, like I'm working a lot and it just seems to be there as well. People are being off and that, so
yeah.
I still went in, didn't bother calling in.
Oh no, good.
Need that money.
Yeah, that's right. Too right, mate. Too right. Yes, I'm looking at GJ. It's very tricky where we are.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
But obviously, where we are makes more sense to look for buying opportunities until we see price breaking down, basically.
Yeah.
So, oof. Yeah, I'm thinking. Obviously, we'll discuss more in detail, but my personal plan since I come on the charts would have been a closure back above 156, 100, and then try and fill the range, continue 350 targets. Otherwise, I mean, for sales, really, it's gonna probably need to be below around 940, 930, just because it's gonna be a lot cleaner. We rejected that area as well with the 7 a.m. candle, and I think with that, then we can have an easy move down to 700. Yeah. If we get a closure below, let's say 156 with open. Yeah, let's say we get a 30-minute close below 156 with open, then it might be worth a shot, and then just looking at this area as if potential.
Break it.
Yeah, we should break that, and because if you think about it, we should be since the start of the session, we've been bang on respecting 156 as support.
Yeah.
So that's what we kind of want, is a key level. So if we start breaking down, respecting the structure, then obviously we know where targets are going to be.
Yeah, like you're saying for buyers as well. Like now we've kind of tapped into that zone. If we do start leaving it, it just makes more sense for buyers.
Yeah, exactly. Now that we've seen rejections to the downside. Exactly. Morning, Connor. Morning. Just want to say sorry I'm late, guys. Well, not late, but I was a bit busy this morning, so I knew I was going to start the stream around 7:30, getting us prepared and ready for the London Open. So that is what we were waiting for here this morning. And I knew obviously that while we was between 156 and this current 156 100 level, that we're not really doing anything at that point. Not doing much. So I'm looking for a couple of things, but we're gonna go over that in a second.
No wick on that 15-minute.
No wick, but I'm looking for the 30-minute closure above here. It's not about the no wick, it's just it didn't actually close. It just about closed above that resistance on the 15, but I'm looking at this level as a key level, so I'm quite happy for it to push up. We just want it to obviously close in the range with the 30-minute. Even if it taps it still closes above the range in a way that's kind of better, because then we still respecting that structure, and then we could look to continue. Obviously we have this little area here, but I'm gonna move on screens now, so that everyone can see what we're actually going on about. Right, so what am I actually going on about? So you can see that we're in this current range point at the minute on pound yen on the 30-minute. This is your range, right? We can see that at the minute we are respecting the lower end of this range, creating rejection. We're also respecting 156, which is a key level. But at the same time, you know, we're still technically in this range. Although this candle's doing what it's doing now, we haven't closed above here yet. Previous structure point, support, resistance formed. We want to closure above there, look for that retest continuation. There's your target, most recent 4 hour. You know, that's what we're kind of looking for here today for buys. For sells, I'll be looking for sells probably below 156 with a solid 30-minute closure. You had that 15-minute candle, but I knew, okay, the way that it's closed, right, we could reject this level and then push us back in the range with the 30-minute closure. So I needed to wait for the 30-minute closure at that point. But this is moving up. It's already filled that range at this point. Yeah, very tricky entry in my opinion, because that's technically where my range is. But you could, yeah, that's very, very tricky. You could argue that there was an entry there, but for me, I'm you know, this is my key level. You could have this kind of as a zonal point, and if you look at it like that, it closed like there. You know, that's not really the best closure in the grand scale of things to say that we're gonna go up. But yeah, either way, you know, we saw this previous 30-minute rejected, so it's always best to just look at what you're seeing currently and say, okay, well, based off that, it makes sense to wait for this 30-minute to close, and then we can have maybe a candle closing like that with nice rejection. Doesn't matter, it's wicked up there, and then we have the next one do a retest and continue, right? And then look for this type of move up during London. That's what we want. That is what we're looking for. If you look at 4 hour at the minute, you know, if we're rejecting support, then where are we going to head? Resistance, right? That is kind of it. But obviously we can still head down over here and break down, but we need closures below this level, because right now this zone is being respected. And then you have now this fresh zone that we have. So we're in this current 4 hour range, to be honest. Right, that's the first thing that obviously we want to understand. We are in this current 4 hour range. But you're just looking to play from zone to zone at this point, based off your 4 hour. Or you're looking forward to see if this 4 hour maybe start to reject, come back down, etc, etc. But I'm currently looking for London open volume to give us some form of a upside move based off of structure and how we're playing at the minute. Okay.
Mike's making a bit of a noise.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Static. Right. Okay. Yeah. I think it's this cable. Not really much I can do about it. I try my hardest to move it around and whatnot, but there you go. Right, let's get some tunes on that will blur that out. Check whatever. I don't know that one. Right. So yeah, we can see pound yen obviously is moving bullish at this point, but there was no entry. I mean, if you was liking the idea of this 15-minute, that's okay, closing back above there, but to be honest, I don't really like that because we have this range, right? So we could have just done that to do that. Very, very tricky. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for this 30-minute to close. Even if it closes up over here, it's still an opportunity, right? You know, you still have an opportunity. We're breaking above the range. We have then at that point a 14 pip move. Okay, stops a little bit big, but that's okay. But we're gonna see how this 30-minute closes. There was some nice moves in Asian last night. What's that 4 hour candle? Closed bearish from GJ. Gonna look for that continuation.
Your mic's getting worse.
Is it?
Yeah.
How bad?
Pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty bad.
I would plug in a new mic, but apologise about that, guys. I'm gonna have to look to sort that out in the future. Is that a bit better?
I'll let you know.
Okay. Right, sells when price breaks the previous daily low or buys above 156,500 for me, clean ranges. 156,500, yeah, you can take buys above 156,500. It makes sense, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about above 500 is this consolidation on the 4 hour to the left. I think you're going to get a lot of choppy price action in here. But it looks like GJ is going to leave us for dead. Potentially. It's not looking it wants to retrace at all, does it? Just wants to go from all the way at the bottom to the range to the top of the range.
Huge stops as well now. The closes like this.
Yeah, that
not
is
really enough range.
Yeah. That's not very good, is it? Man, whenever I have a solid start to the week, I always find at the end of the week there's always a couple of things that put me off trades. It's so annoying. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Hopefully it retraces a bit more.
It's gonna have to retrace a lot.
Yeah, about 10 pips at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know why it does this. Alright, let's look at gold. Yeah, it looks like gold continue moving bullish throughout the evening. So you'd be looking for that continuation during London session. But very tricky. A lot of aggressive pullbacks on gold. Oh, GJ's off. GJ's gone. Yeah, this is gonna hit 350.
Nearly at our target.
I can't believe that. I haven't even got an entry here today. I've waited. I saw this consolidation. I was just like, right, the minute we get a candle breaking out there, we're gonna be off. And then look at that. That's ridiculous. Unbelievable, man. What's your prediction for GJ? Well, now nothing really. Now my move has been done without me even getting an entry. Even that 5 minute did not give me an option. It did not close back above the key level. So it looks like it was that 15-minute candle that gave you the opportunity. Very just, yeah, not nice at all, to be honest. Yeah, the only way I'd give this a shout is if we have the 30-minute, even, you know, closing somewhere over here after tapping the target. I mean, it's not the best, but it still makes sense to continue up at that point. But we can't take any trades now because the move has been done. Suppose you can't win them all, or you can't catch them all. Yeah, literally the only way you were going to take that trade was based off of the 15-minute fake out, but that's not enough on its own to say that we were going to head up. That was never going to be enough to say we were going to head up.
Yeah, because we've looked at that, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah, we've looked at that, and you can still have, you know, volume candles then breaking back down. It just, yeah, it's no good. The only thing that I would say on this occasion is where we was rejecting is a strong ass level. But then, you know, I don't know. Well, we'll stick around for a bit anyway. But it looks like the move we were trying to catch has just been missed. Or at least we knew it was going to go to our target either way. I have a sell limit on gold at 1805 from the 15 order block, so sell limit at 1805. Okay. 1805. Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be very tricky though, because daily is obviously bullish. And it does make sense for it to potentially continue back up to 1807. If you look at your weekly, weekly is also bullish. 4-hour structure is also bullish. You can see on the structure, I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I'm just saying that my way of looking at it is structurally we're still very bullish in the market. You can see that we create highs for pullback for continuation, pullback continuation, pullback continuation, pullback continuation. Deeper pullback, now looking to continue. So for me it's very difficult. I would say for sells, I'd want to see another rejection from over here first, and then for resistance to be forming, and then you can start to look to target these support levels. But apart from that, I think it's going to be very, very tricky, because structurally we are bullish in the market. You know, even if you look at your 1 hour now, look at your 1 hour. You had support respected over here. This is your range. You had a break out of your range, right? Pullback, support, continuation. Now you'd be looking for the same thing right now. Pullback, support to continue with more volume during London. We've got a minute and a half for GJ. I'm afraid, guys, obviously the move has kind of been done. Yeah, I'm not going to take a 40 pip stop loss. No way. Yeah, like 30 pips is my absolute maximum. Yeah, this is going to have to retrace down to like 0.200 for me to even want to take a trade. If we can start creating a support resistance towards the top of this range on 50-minute, we can start buying as it breaks. Oh, do you mean with GJ? I think GJ, I'm gonna need to see. I'm gonna need to see a reaction here with open, a pull back down into the range, a support to form above here, and then look to continue. So kind of your idea, yeah. And then look to push up to here, push back up to here. But at the minute, there's no trade right now. I would not want to take a trade there. You know, we're in that 4-hour range area. That's for starters. Second of all, stops are like 40 pips, because your stop would have to be over here. Where's your target? Alright, if you want to target there, but you don't have confirmation yet, because you haven't even broke this level. So yeah, I'm afraid GJ is gonna have to wait. Okay, so we'll just see what happens with London Open volume either way. But I'm expecting to see a retracement. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could take potential entries on the retracement of this candle. But that's obviously going to be a lot more risky, because we obviously like to buy once there's some form of a bottom wick formed and once it flips. So right now, the candle made a lower wick. It's flipped bullish, breaking above the high. So maybe it's going to continue up. Where's the next target? Probably going to be 156.650 or 156.500 should be incoming. But I'm not going to take a 40 pips, 30 pip stop for a 20 pip profit when we don't have confirmation yet above 350. So for me, that's going to have to be left. But it's moving up. She's moving up. Already 10 pips there. Yeah, obviously extremely aggressive would have been taking a buy with your stop below the current candle, but I mean that is just extremely aggressive. my days of doing that are done, because the thing with that is, you know, it's open volume. We can see this come down, make an even lower wick, and then continue driving. So I don't really like those ideas there. Oh, you were talking about GJ. Yeah, no problem. It looks like another no trading day for me here today.
Yeah, that was tough. Like even on the 5 minute, like you got that 15-minute entry. On the 5 minute, we started a resistance. But I suppose we didn't engulf the resistance we just created. But yeah, that was difficult.
Yeah, that was difficult.
Need to catch up.
Yeah, but personally, I don't like taking these more aggressive entries. Like for me, stop's always gonna have to be below previous candles. So it would have been a 30 pip stop. 30 pip stop for yeah, 20 pip reward is not too bad. 33 if you try to get hit 650. But the only issue I have is look where we closed below open. So again, we don't know whether we're actually going to do that. You know, we can now have this candle look like this. You know, it could potentially do that because we did not break above that level. If the 30-minute closed above there, however, with 730, then you could argue, okay, now I maybe look to play up to here because we broke that level. But as it stands, still in the 4-hour range because we haven't broken out yet. Take a look at the daily. Yeah, so daily is currently breaking its current highs, which is good. I think there's definitely room for upside on the daily. But like I said, I don't think opportunity is done yet. I think there's still a potential for opportunity, but there needs to be some form of a retracement. Because there was just too much volume with this candle here. It is moving up. Yeah, I'm gonna personally wait for a retracement and some form of a support to form. That's what I'm gonna do. Right, let's check out gold, see how London Open is doing. Yeah, sorry guys, I was not expecting what happened today to happen. Well, it's not my fault, but as in, you know, we came to the charts, we was in consolidation. I knew any breaks above there, 30 minute, it's easy shot coming up to 350, and it just ran off from us today. It just ran off. So I suppose this is where there's a lot of volume. You know, but even then, that 15-minute candle that we spoke about, that was clearly the entry to catch this move, was not really good enough. Like, you know, it broke very slightly there, but you would argue then that if it was a good enough close, it would have just closed that little bit extra. So, but yeah, we're gonna wait and see anyway. I'm personally gonna be looking for that pullback support. Look to continue this move, or are we just gonna find range within here now? You know, so we have to be very careful as well. This is a range. You've got rejections from the lower end, but this is your top of your range on your 1 hour. This is the top of the range of the 1 hour. This is your wick rejection on the 4 hour. So your 4 hour resistance looks something like that. So until we get, you know, support above here, we don't know we're going to do that and then continue to the next level. So we just want to see a little reaction there, pullback, support, look to continue out of this range. I've just realised something, Kelsey.
What's that?
I'm a little bit of a donut. I had so one thing that Kelsey knows that I don't know if any of you guys know, but what I like to do is before my session starts at 6 AM, I mark up my most recent support resistance, which technically was what I thought was here and here. But I didn't actually quite read this 30-minute candle, and that actually was my most recent support, which actually changes things a lot. That is amateur. See how that was the 530 candle?
Yep.
Kelsey. So then this this now becomes our range, right? Now obviously you could argue, yeah, sells below there, and then you'd look for buys above here, cool. But then that 15-minute then did present an opportunity because it broke this mid-range level.
Yeah. Oh, I see that, yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Now looking at it, yeah, that was, you know what I mean? But if I was looking at this as my most recent support, because I did do it when I was like literally just woke up, I was like, right, yeah, that's most recent support, most recent resistance. You know, we're creating resistance below here, but we want obviously breaks below there. Actually, support was here, not there. That's why I missed that 15-minute opportunity.
See that?
Yeah,
it's a killer.
I
don't really like looking at 15-minute entries, so.
No, like I said, it wasn't the best candle, but now, you know, looking at it, that would have been made more sense as an option. It would have made more sense. I don't even know if I would have still got in that because it's not the strongest. You know, you could argue just wait for a break above 0.200, but still, you had an option there. There was an option there. But yeah, oh well. Doesn't matter, guys. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, right?
That's it.
Yeah, there's still going to be opportunity, like I say. There's still going to be opportunity, but now it requires a little bit more patience. And the opportunity is going to be some form of a pullback, support to form, looking for that higher level of support than compared to what you've seen here. Then maybe you could give it a shot, pushing back up, and then looking to fill to like 650. But it's going to be very tricky at this minute. You're going to have to wait for a couple of things to happen. You know, you're going to want to see some form of a rejection from this previous level. Kind of the same what happened here, but higher, and then you can give it a go. But you definitely want to see rejections to the downside. Gold is just pulling back. It's if I turned up at the charts for gold and I saw this 4-hour candle, then obviously we know there's a couple of things. One, we could pull back to 1797, even 1795 to drive up. But this is obviously going to be a target, and this is going to be a target. So you know you're looking for that extension of the move, right? So then we go to the 1 hour time frame. You can see the 5 a.m. set you up nice, right, for potentially looking to come up and fill that wick at 1803, which is the 4-hour wick, right? So if you're looking for that, then automatically you're looking for a pullback to continue. So there's your pullback to start the new 4-hour candle. There's your pullback, right? What you want to now see is some form of a confirmation to look to get into that trade. So where was that opportunity? Well, potential 5-minute closes above here maybe, or maybe you went for that 15-minute closure, took entries there, you put stops below here. You had the opportunity to fill that wick at that point, and then obviously get to this area and then see what happens. Now we are just pulling back and retracing, so we're not really gone anywhere yet. But the bias for buys is still valid. You know, structure's there, right? Just need a break above here and then you're off. But then someone might say, okay, I'm just gonna wait for that break above 1803 now to look to continue. Right, first 15 minutes of open is looking to close. Minutes about to close as well. So yeah, just waiting over here basically. Right guys, I'm gonna be back in a minute. I'm gonna be back in a few minutes. Yeah, I'm going to have a little break for a minute, and then we're going to come back. So we've got a lot of USD Euro news today. Tomorrow, Friday. Yeah, we got some news around 9:30, but that's all good. No big news overnight, I don't think. Yeah, we had the Outlook Bank of Japan. Okay, so yeah, that would have affected the yen during Asian, but I think should be okay. Right, yeah, I'll be back in like 5 minutes, guys. Bear with me, and then we're gonna see obviously what's happening with gold, pound, yen, and see if there's any other opportunities. But yeah, don't be disheartened if you miss this opportunity, guys, because trust me, you know, it's not very often that it just runs off like that, but it does happen. And there are potentially ways that that trade could have been caught, you know, but it is what it is, as we say, right? But yeah, literally just some form of a solid closure, really solid closure above that level, and I would have been all over it, pushing to there, and it would have been a really nice trade. But sometimes it's just not gonna happen exactly how you want it to happen. You know, we had a very minuscule candle that gave you an opportunity. You know, but I suppose that's where you have to be a little bit more sharp and say, okay, that's my go, that's my entry. You know, and it would have been a really nice trade, but unfortunately, it didn't happen like that. But yeah, right, bear with me guys, 5 minutes, and I'll be back. Kels, I'll be back in 5 minutes, mate.
Cool.
You know, I'd really like to become a dubstep producer, but I don't know where to begin. Here's an article with steps. Step 1. Pirate FL Studio. The cracked version has a way warmer sound than the port version. Step 2. Render the project with a bit rate of 32 kilobits per second. This is to make it compatible with phones. Step 3. Make your serum wavetables in MS Paint. Final step, add 2 instances of sausage fattener and 3 instances of OTT to your mastering chain. Alright, let's see what kind of dubstep we can make. do I make dubstep? Let's see. Next. Dapsic did what? Next. Here's an article with steps. Step 1. Pirate FL Studio. The cracked version has a way warmer sound than the bought version. Step 2. Render the project with a bit rate of 32 kilobits per second. This is to make it compatible with phones. Step 3. Make your serum wavetables in MS Paint. Final step, add 2 instances of Sausage Fattener and 3 instances of OTT to your mastering chain.
Right, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so it looks like GJ did continue moving bullish. Gold also trying to slowly continue its way up, but a lot of pullback, so I'm thinking gold may struggle, but it should continue. Right guys, I think I'm going to call it a day over here. I was trying to see if we could get a pullback on the 15-minute down and then have a 15-minute candle do something like that. But it's happened on the 5-minute, and I'm not really in a position to execute based off that, and then look to continue back up to fill this range. But yeah, no, it didn't really give me that opportunity. Plus, I don't want to fight for scraps when the move was from 156, right? So yes, yeah, I think the only other option I'm thinking is wait for maybe like pre-MY, wait for the 4-hour candle to close, wait for us to close above here on the 4-hour. Let us make some form of a high pullback on your like 30-minute, 15-minute. Look for a solid support to form, and then look to continue that move with your new 4-hour candle, and then look to push back up to, you know, your 650s and your 800s, etc. So that's what I'm planning to do for the rest of the day, really. But I'm gonna have to take off. Got a busy day ahead. So yeah. Thanks everybody for coming on today. Sorry we started a bit later. Tomorrow we'll be back normal time. Tomorrow we'll be on normal time for 6:30, but today was a little bit busy. I tried to get on for 6:30, but I couldn't manage to get on. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming. Do really appreciate it. Obviously drop a like on the stream. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. All those things are appreciated. And yeah, so there is still opportunity for upside, but I just want to see something a little bit more of a pullback on like the 30 or your 15 there for support to be formed on your 30 or your 15, and then look to continue out of the range. Maybe once the 4-hour candle has closed, something like that. But for the minute, I think it's just a little bit tricky where we are. Taking 5-minute entries here is going to be tough. You know, because you could easily have price start pushing you back into the range nearer the 4-hour close. You know, yeah, I don't want to be playing with that. So since we've missed this move up, we're gonna have to wait for some form of a pullback, and there will be one if we're gonna have a big move on the daily, right? Because look at the daily. Daily's not really actually done much at all. You know, in theory, for your weekly to close strong and your daily to make sense, you know, we want to see price pushing back up to here, at least on the daily, so that we can get structural closes up and above there, and then look to break these levels next week to continue that move if we're creating support on your weekly. Right, so we want the weekly to finish off above 157 to say that we should continue. So, but yeah guys, thanks very much for coming, really appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day, and we shall see you all tomorrow. It looks like gold is actually moving up as well. Yeah, beautiful. So hopefully gold continues, GJ hopefully continues, gives us a pullback, but we'll see. Alright guys, thank you very much, take care, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.